Android Auto is almost ready for split screen mode as streaming video apps come to automotive. Ooh. Streaming video when you're not driving or for the passenger? Curious about that. While most of the big announcements from Google I/O 2022 came yesterday during the keynote or in sessions shortly after, Day 2 has a couple of exciting product-specific reveals during a session dedicated to Android for cars. Several substantial changes were announced that will make the in-car experience more convenient and enjoyable. So they have a screen here, and they're kind of showing it morph to fit the different aspect ratios that you would have in a vehicle design. Mm-hmm. So you might have a square aspect ratio, you might have a small rectangular, long rectangular, but yet the interface looks good regardless, and you're able to utilize the extra real estate in order to have more things displayed at once. So you got your Google Maps, which is kind of dynamic. It can move to the top of the screen, the side of the screen, and then enable you to still have your messages as well as your media, and then a little bit of nav on the bottom to initiate your Google Assistant. Pretty clean look. I'm not going to complain about it. First spotted late last year, this mode puts the navigation, view, media player, and contextual overlay all in the same screen. The new layout adapts to any screen size and aspect ratio, reorienting its design to make the best use of space. I wonder the adoption of this. Like, wouldn't it be nice if you had some sort of ubiquitousness of interfaces across cars? You jump in a car, just like you pick up a phone, it's like, oh, that's Android. Oh, that's iOS.
I always wondered with that.
You just get in a car and it's like, oh, this car runs Android, or this car runs iOS, or this car runs Tesla's interface, or whatever. Like if there was a handful that you needed to know. But the automakers, they're always so outdated. Mm-hmm. And then from vehicle to vehicle, they have different versions and generations. And you're always, every time you step in a car, you're kind of learning a new one.
Yeah. I mean, with EVs nowadays, like there's different drive selectors. They're all over the place. Mm-hmm. And it's like, very confusing.
Drive selectors? Oh, it's not even just EVs, man. The other day, Kirk was driving one of my cars, and he was just sitting there.
Like, what is this?
He was just supposed to follow me.
Where am I?
He was supposed to follow me, and he just wasn't moving. And I was like almost out of the parking lot, and I'm like, okay, I better spin back and see what's going on. He couldn't find where the drive was.
Yeah.
But that's you're right.
I was driving the
the Tesla's the craziest. The Tesla, because it's on the screen, and those other backup area doesn't light up. So you never drove it before. You don't feel very confident when you hit the accelerator. I mean, if you're driving it, you don't really even notice you do it anymore. But you're swiping the screen to put it in reverse. Swipe down and swipe forward to put into drive.
I would have never known that.
Well, eventually the idea was that the car would be smart enough to use its sensors and previous history to know that you want to reverse because you pulled into that parking spot.
But that's only Tesla.
Again, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Across cars, it's terrifying. Anyway, so here's the other part. Originally announced earlier this year with YouTube as the focus, more streaming apps now slated to join the list for Android Auto, including Tubi and Epix Now, giving drivers more way to stay entertained while charging their car or waiting to pick up food. Well, I guess that's one of the nice things. Entertainment in cars has gotten a lot better. The Tesla is at the top of that. Me and the kids just in the parking lot after the drive-through just got the movie on the big display. It's like your own movie theater in there. And I mean, this is going to require bigger displays in cars, but it's also going to require interfaces that have easy streaming to get the content you want on there, whether it be Netflix, YouTube, or otherwise.
Yeah, cool stuff.